This is Adam Stamper with Omega Recording Studios in Rockville, Maryland, and today I'm going to talk about signal flow. Let's say you want to record your voice. First, you'd need a microphone. Then you would plug that microphone into a microphone preamp in order to boost your voice up to a recordable level. And then you would plug the output of that microphone preamp into an audio recorder, like a tape machine, or more often these days, a DAW. This chain of devices is called a signal chain, and the order in which they are connected is their signal flow. You can add other devices to the chain by simply inserting them at the appropriate points within the signal flow. For instance, a compressor after the mic pre for controlling the dynamic levels of your voice, or an EQ for controlling the tone. Adding to the signal chain does make the signal flow more complex, but provides you more control over the signal and its audible qualities. Let's say you want to record more than your voice. When recording an entire band, you need a lot of separate signal chains, one for every microphone you set up. And for this reason, you may want to use a recording console. A recording console can replace a lot of the devices in your signal chain. Each channel on a recording console has an identical signal flow and signal chain. For example, every channel on this SSL console includes a preamp, a compressor and gate, filters, an EQ, aux-ins, and various outputs for feeding the recorder. You can even modify or rearrange the signal flow of each channel if you know the right buttons to press. A recording console, like other audio devices, has inputs and outputs, and it has a lot of them. And because a console is the hub of a recording studio, almost everything passes through it at some point. That means you end up plugging into and out of it quite often. Because of this, you use a patch bay. In a patch bay, you can access all of the inputs and outputs of a console and nearly everything else in that particular studio. Instead of plugging cables into the back of everything and making spaghetti, you just go to the patch bay and grab a patch cable. This patch bay includes inputs to preamps, inputs and outputs for inserting processors into the signal chain, aux-ins for feeding headphones and processors, outputs to go to the recorder, outputs from the microphone panels in the studio, inputs to recording devices, and the inputs and outputs of the other devices in the studio. The patch bay gives you control over the complex signal flow of a recording studio, and is therefore an essential skill for all professional audio engineers. If you would like to know more about audio engineering, please follow the Omega Studios blog at omegastudios.com. Thank you.